in LA.
Without further ado, Garrett Magee from Backyard Envy. Garrett, tell me a little bit about Manscapers, your company growing to Los Angeles.
So we just started in LA in November, and James is now in LA out there doing the whole Manscapers LA branch of our business. So it's definitely a new venture for us, but we're really excited. He's got some really, really amazing jobs going on. He's actually doing Kim Kardashian's neighbor's house.
Ooh, it's Kim Kardashian's neighbor's house. I love that. But you know what happens is you do the neighbor's house, and then Kim's like, I want that too.
We can only hope.
We can only hope. What is the biggest celebrity client you guys have ever done?
Biggest celebrity client?
Can you drop a name? It's a yard. It's not like that secret, right?
I mean, it's not super secret. Sometimes we are secret, but Harris is one of our main clients that we always work with. We do his maintenance.
Who was it you just cut out?
Neil Patrick Harris. He's probably one of our bigger clients that we work with all the time.
Oh, he's so wonderful. And tell me, you have a team of 3. You actually have this fierce female on your team as well, Lisa.
Mel.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
I
love the show.
Mel.
Mm-hmm. So, but you kind of are a scene stealer with your big arms. Tell me, how has the show impacted you? Just got married or engaged?
Not married, but engaged.
And so, how did you meet your husband? Hold on, I've got amazing pictures of you two together. Ooh.
We met now. Oh my God, that was Pride. Obviously. We met 6 years ago now, and we met in a very old-fashioned way. We met at a party, and which I feel like is old-fashioned these days because everyone meets somehow through an app or dating site. So
look how cute you are.
We became boyfriends on Gay Pride. 6 years later, I proposed to him on the TV show, and that was a very interesting, fun, stressful, nerve-wracking experience.
And the TV show is coming back for a 3rd season, or you can't say either way? I know Bravo's kind of weird about those things.
We can't say either way yet, but
got it. But a proposal is always good. Here's a clip of the show. Tell me a little bit about this project that you guys were doing.
This was actually a very close friend of ours, and he has a farm up in Albany. So there was a couple that was getting married, and it was the first time using the farm for a wedding. So he wanted to landscape this beautiful arbor that we built, and we called it the Grand Arbor. So it was all creating this really lush meadow, flowery vibe around this arbor for wedding. And then also he's got all these different properties that are Airbnbs on his farm, and one of them is a cabin. So that was my project, to be able to make this cabin look just really magical with all these different forest flowers and foxgloves, and it turned out really beautiful. And we just went back actually last week, and everything's grown in really nicely.
Oh, that must be nice.
It's like a gentleman's farm, because he's got this Airstream that has a jacuzzi for Airbnb people. He's got a beautiful cabin.
Yes.
It's a farm, but it's also for Airbnb people and for weddings.
So we thought it'd be fun to have the audience actually chime in and ask which SPEEDO photo is their favorite. I know I have my own personal, and I'm sure you get some weird DMs in your Instagrams, because it goes from beautiful project photo to something more like this. So this is A for everyone watching. This is our SPEEDO showdown. Audience, I want you to weigh in on which is your favorite. And Garrett, you go from there. So this is A.
Wait,
here's B.
Cut out.
Oh, sorry. A. Pink SPEEDO in a pool. B.
Okay.
Green SPEEDO watering plants. C. Red SPEEDO, just, sunbathing. Or D, on the bed, ready for action SPEEDO. He's got a whole, Kelly Wearstler moment happening here. with his tan Speedo. Yes, the
That
audience.
was in P-Town.
Jacob Mitchell says, do we have to pick a favorite? And Joe says, hubba hubba. Lion Witch Wardrobe says B, and then she says C. Alelo says hot. They're all perfect. Garrett's going to choose his favorite Speedo, and we're going to try and guess. Everyone's saying D. We're getting a lot of Ds. Red is your go-to, says Jacob Mitchell. E, all of the above. Garrett, what do you think is your favorite Speedo photo as we play Speedo Showdown?
Speedo Showdown. I mean, for me, it's always the red Speedo. That's like my classic lifeguard look. And it's on Fire Island, which is my favorite place to be. So
it's C, everyone, his red Fire Island Speedo. Super hot. Do you have a partnership with Speedo? Because if not, your agent should call them. James was running. He seemed a little unhappy on the last season. Is that why he came out to LA?
Yeah, I would say he was not very happy here in New York, and he'd been wanting to move to LA for a long time. And he had this dream of doing an LA branch of Manscapers, and I was very supportive of it. I mean, I love James. He's like my best friend. He's family. But for us to be able to expand our business to LA, it seems like it only makes sense because, you know, being in New York, you know, especially in the city, there's limits to how big the projects can really be because, you know, no one has huge estates like you're at, so within the city. So for him to go to LA and get more bigger projects, I was all about it. And the idea is that I will be going back and forth more often. And we originally, you know, were assuming that this was going to like really take off immediately when he got there. But obviously with COVID, it slowed down a little bit and I haven't been traveling across the country. But now he's starting to get some really big jobs. And the thing is though, is like so many people think about landscaping as an afterthought, like you just said. But now that everyone is at home and people are working from home, going to school from home,
right,
that is like their world to them now because people aren't traveling, people aren't doing vacations. So now their home is their staycation. So now we are ever, and everybody is calling us to do everything in their yard. And it's not just, oh, let's make a nice, cute little garden. It's like, we need an outdoor gym. We need an office. We need a dining area. We need a lounge. Like, they really want everything now. Like, we're willing to do it. It's definitely a challenge, and we like it. But yeah, now with the time that we're in, we're more busy than ever, and our clients, everyone wants a lot. So it's good.
I wonder if Manscapers should also do interiors because, you know, when we're selling these huge mansions, everyone's worried about the staging. They forget about the landscaping and then they put fake plants inside. Is that something you could also see yourself getting into? Is like, we're going to stage this house and put in plants for 3 months and really have the Manscapers do kind of like the green architecture inside?
Yeah, absolutely. And we do actually businesses and we do interior plants for offices. We haven't actually, maybe we've done 1 or 2 staging jobs for interior plants for houses, but I would definitely be open to doing a lot more of that. Like it's fun. I love interior plants, as you can see. And that is definitely a big market that should be utilized a lot more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, so when are you going to get married? Do you know? Did you guys set a AC and after COVID date, or are you just going to wing it?
As of now, we don't have an exact date. I'm happy that we originally were going to do this September, but we decided to hold off. And I'm really glad that we did because of, you know, the world that we're in right now. So for the wedding date, it is TBD, but we'll see.
One of the questions we got from the audience was
3.
One of the questions we got from the audience was, do you always have a mustache? What's this statement stash? Has it always been a statement stash?
Honestly, I grew a mustache because I was trying to grow a beard at one point. I realized the beard wasn't really coming in, and then I shaved it off except for the stash, and I was like, okay, we'll see how this goes. So I totally, it was almost more of an accident, and then it became my signature. And I actually shaved it off for the first time in close to 9 years, back in March, because one of our friends who's a doctor, he had to shave all of his facial hair because he was dealing with COVID patients and he had to wear a mask and he had to be like super safe.
Mm-hmm.
So in me and all my friends, we shaved off all of our facial hair, and it was the first time I'd seen myself without a mustache in like 9 years, which was it was okay. It was like,
I feel like it's your signature. Everyone has a signature, and I'm sure your life has changed so much from the Bravo show. It's going to be that thing where you go out and people recognize you because of the stash.
I mean, definitely the stash is people recognize me with that. The
people
nursery,
also recognize you from your Instagram posts like this one.
like this one. That was my friend's stay house.
I love it. I love that you have so much fun with the show, and I'm a big fan of the show. So I think you guys got your work cut out for you here in Los Angeles. You'll have to introduce me to James so that I can introduce him to all of our people, because you're not just Los Angeles now. You're also San Francisco, and I think you're growing to Texas.
Not to Texas. We have 2 projects going on in Miami. So we've got
Miami.
We will work anywhere. So
yeah, it's plants, people.
It's plants.
That's a lot easier. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. I think if you guys want to see more of Garrett, follow him at Garrett B. Magee, and definitely watch Backyard Envy reruns on the Bravo TV app. Garrett, I love you so much. Come back to LA and look us up so we can introduce you to some people.
I will next time I'm out there.
That would be awesome. Thank you so much, Garrett.
All right. Thank you. See ya.
Bye.